Slyvester, thank you very much for asking that question, those two questions. And I will first of all start with the first question. I've met Honorable Wajackoyah in Washington, D.C. on several occasions, but we have not had an opportunity of raising this issue with him. And I didn't want to raise the issue prematurely, but I know that when time comes, like it has come now, I would endeavor to raise the issue. Now, on your second question, I would not want to discuss it further than what I have said before in Louvet Times. I've given my reasons why I can't discuss that, because it's a court issue. It's a court issue pending in London. Number two, I cannot publish anything out of what I know because of the court's guiding order. And I wish I could, but at the moment, I will leave it the way it is.
Slyvester?
No, I just said thanks, because if it's already in court, I also understand that you cannot discuss a matter that is before the court, outside the court. So I get that. You can proceed, Susan.
Okay. So, and I know that human rights abuse is prevalent in Kenya, very much so. I believe that will be one of your undertaking right now, Professor.
Yes, Susan. There is thematic and systematic abuse of not only human rights, but economic rights as well. The Kenyan government and the leaders have refused to adhere to a constitution, particularly the current constitution they're using, which is well written and well tailored towards the respect of human life. And human life means life. Human life means life at the inception of the pregnancy. Now, what the government has done is it is trying to play about with that particular field so that they can not be availed for trial for the abuse of power while using the defective constitution that we have in the country. Unless that constitution is changed, and unless there is devolution of power to empower people right from the grassroots, to economically empower people right from where they are, and create sufficient infrastructure, there will always be thematic abuse of human rights. There will always be corruption. There will always be impunity. There will always be tribalism. And there will always be all sorts of bad injustice. Or, of course, there is no word like bad injustice, but there will always be injustice in the country. So unless we come out with somebody, or we come up with a group of people, particularly Kenyans on the ground and Kenyans in the diaspora, to have that sense of conviction towards their own country, to have it as an impute in their system like I do towards their own country, then we shall keep on following the songs of the Kenyattas, the songs of the Odingas, the songs of the Kibakis, the songs of the Mois, the songs of the Mudavadis, the songs of everybody that goes up there. And that's why we are trying to say, okay, now, like the questions I'm getting today, who are you and where did you come from? The first thing I always tell them that my name is Wajackoyah, I'm a Kenyan, and I love my country, and I would like to work hard to make sure that all Kenyans receive human kind of treatment by the system, by the constitution, and international recognition. So it's an issue here, and unless we have a proper constitution with people's mandate, with people's consensus, then I can assure you that the 1 month that have been given to Kenyans today to evaluate the so-called draft constitution is an abuse of power, because people have not been given incentives to look at the constitution. The government has not poured in money to enlighten people about the constitution. The government does not even care. But you must also remember that when Yashigai team came on, it was constituted to rewrite the current constitution. There were vested interests. There was political machinations and tailoring. NDP joined KANU and Raila became the Secretary General. NDP joined KANU and everybody became a one-finger salute human being. And that is the time when Yashigai was commissioned to rewrite the constitution. So we do not know what Professor Yashigai was told, though I am in very good terms with the professor. We do not know under which merits and policies and principles he was using to rewrite that constitution. We do not know who was behind it. And that's why there are some clauses in that constitution, or in that constitution, which were meant to segregate certain tribes in Kenya because of their economic propensities, because of their economic achievements, to look like this constitution was meant for other Kenyans, to isolate other Kenyans, particularly the Kikuyus. Let me hammer it straight away on the point. So we need some clauses to be removed and to be thrown away. We need Kenyans to review that constitution. Kenyans to be given 6 months to review the constitution, not 1 month, because that is an abuse of privilege and an abuse of power.
Does the public know, the public in Kenya and the authorities there know that you are currently running for presidency? And if so, is there anyone out there that you are voicing your opinion to?
Well, I'm voicing my opinion to every Kenyan here and in Kenya. And I do not necessarily need to talk to the big shots Rotary. I'm talking to the local Kenyans, the Wanjikus, the Wajackoyah, the Omolos, and the Kibros, people that I'm talking to right now. Sending my information, and I'm looking at it the way the United States president did when he was hopeless, when he started. I'm actually in that particular position. And I'm finding it very difficult to use the government operations. So I don't need them. But I'm really going slowly. I'm trying to tell the people, you know what, this is who I am. Listen to me. Look at what I do. Look at my little principles that I have here. And please do not rush me. Just study me. If you think that you're satisfied with me, then that is okay. But if you think that I'm not enough, please make choices that are humane, make choices that will satisfy you, because this is universal freedom that everybody has got. Therefore, the common mwananchi is the person that I'm looking at. The common mwananchi is the person that I need his mandate. The common mwananchi is the person that I'm looking to socially contract with him so that we can be at the same pace. So empowerment of the people starts from the grassroots, not from the top. So I'm talking to the real people, the real genuine Kenyans who can empower me.
Slyvester.
You talk about a grassroots kind of focus, and currently, starting right from the USA here, and all over the rest of the world, there's a group of agitants for change called Kenyans for Change. Have you ever heard of this group? And the reason I ask this is because based on what you articulate, most of your dreams and thought structures align very well with them. So have you ever heard of this group, Kenyans for Change?
Well, I've seen so many groups with the word Kenyans for Change, so I don't know which one you are referring to. I've been on the Facebook, I've seen Kenyans for Change, I've seen Kenyans for Change in Australia, I've seen Kenyans for Change in Canada, and also in Europe. And anytime I see them, I knock their doors. Because the Bible says that if you are sick, he shall knock the door and he shall be open for you. I've been using the principles of God to knock at my brother's doors wherever they are and telling them that here I am, I've come. And this is what I've come with. I've actually been, I've reached almost every group of Kenyans, whether they are Kenyans for Change or they are Diaspora for Change or Diaspora Messenger, Bungele Mwananchi, the women group, the teachers union in Kenya, the university students in Kenya. Yes, I've reached out to all these groups and I'm trying also.
I know that you did an interview with Oluoch. So how much of reaching out to the community? We had an interview prior in about 2 months ago with the movement Kenyans for Change. This movement happens to be the largest movement as far as membership is concerned. They're looking at almost 4,000 members in the diaspora. So I guess my question here would be, how much have you done and who have you interviewed with to bring yourself to be known to the Kenyan community right now?